So why this genre? So in 2006, I stumbled onto Chop Suey by System of a Down and watched their music video on YouTube. I had my freaking socks blown off. I remember thinking, music like this actually exists? It was so transformative to the way that I think. I really felt heard and seen through that music. I really felt as if my identity was coming out of that song. And I'm sure I wasn't the only one. After hearing it, I was like, I can't go back to the generic radio pop stuff. I need to hear more of this. So as my rock exploration continued, I wanted an instrument to join the herd. I wanted an instrument to be part of this scene. And when I heard the Revs drumming on Avenged Sevenfold's self-titled album, I found that this was the art form in music I wanted to pursue. I just loved the way that drums shifted, changed, dynamism, pace, and the way that the drums were the true narrator of the songs, especially in this genre of rock and metal, pulled me in as how gravity pulls you down to earth. I just had to learn how to speak this language. In 2014, a friend of mine just had an acoustic guitar lying around, and I didn't know how to play at the time, but I just wanted to dabble on it. I was just so fascinated on how the fretboard worked as like a puzzle piece, and I would just play with each string. And I remember going, what does this do? What does that do? How does this sound with this? That's nice, that's ugly. And I would just do that between all the strings until I developed my own way of speaking through it. Whenever I just feel like I want to express how I feel, but I don't want to sing and I don't want to say anything, I just want to stay quiet and internalize, the guitar for me is the best way to express that emotion. Between 2017 and 2019, I started my first rock band. And I was the drummer for this band. We were pretty good, but there was one issue. We could never find a singer. It is impossible to find singers, seriously. So the fact that we couldn't land a singer full time is when I decided to truly face my fears and step up to the mic and say, I'm the singer. Again, another problem. At that point, I learned I really can't sing. Fast forward to COVID, I used that as training grounds to learn how to sing. And I built my confidence. I started to express my voice in louder means, and what I learned about my voice is I'm good at two main styles. Row! And yeah! Those two styles. I started to explore those, and I started to feel at home with these two vocal styles and step into them more and lean into them more, and that's predominantly what you're going to hear in my debut EP. So with all of these stories, what I love about this genre, what I love about tapping into different instruments and different modes of expression is that each instrument has a voice. Each instrument is talking to you and is telling you a different perspective of the same story.